Have you been watching home prices and mortgage rate the past 12 months to rise? Here today, we want to talk about a really good news because you have been searching for a home for many months, and sometimes the one that you love it just slip out of the reach. And today I want to share with you, and my wife is not present, Victoria, and that's why I'm sharing with you the last Federal Reserve that meeting that finally it brings more hope for home buyers, especially if you are in Greenville, Winterville, or Pitt County, North Carolina. And I wanted to reveal with you some of this good news that hopefully you can take an action and getting excited and ready. And what happens by on October 29, 2025, Federal Reserve actually cut the target interest rate by 0.25%. And that's what they call it in the mortgage realm, the 25 basis points. And the new federal fund actually now is between 3.75 to 4% range. Again, this is a target rate. This is not a real mortgage rate. And the Federal Reserve made all this move because the job growth has slowed and unemployment ticked up, and they are trying to keep the economy steady without hurting the families around the United States. And it's, in simple terms, really, borrowing money just got a little bit cheaper, and is a good news for you or anyone, your loved one, anyone that is looking to buy a home or even refinancing if you bought last 12 months. Now, what it really means for the mortgage rate, Now, this doesn't mean that your mortgage rate automatically drops over the night, but it means the conventional 30 years fixed mortgage, the most common type of the home loan, is already reacted. It means before Federal Reserve committee meeting, the average 30 years mortgage for conventional was around 6.25%. And now you're gonna see within a few days, it dipped closer to something that range between 6.13 to 6.18, and the middle number is gonna be 6.15. Depending on your credit score and the size of the down payment that you put for your, and FHA loans on the other side, which is backed by the government and is a government loan, is gonna move a little bit even lower, and the averages are around 5.85 to 5.95, and let's say the middle number is 5.9 since this happened with the Federal Reserve. And it's not a massive drop really, but in real life it means a lot because you're gonna save tons of money that I'm gonna talk about during your loan term. For example, if I wanted to make an example that this way you can understand it, if you are looking for buying a home, for example, in Greenville, North Carolina, let's say you are buying a home for $300,000, a single family home for $300,000. At the rate of 6.25 that we talk about conventional loan, the principal and interest rate is gonna come to $1,847.20. And in the new rate, which is gonna be 6.15, this number is gonna go $1,819.20. And roughly you save $30 in the monthly mortgage. However, this is the important part. However, if you're looking at the loan term, you're gonna actually save $10,800. Therefore, it's gonna actually accumulate by the passing the time, and it's gonna be a big number. On the other side, this small shift at the interest rate from 6.25 to 6.15 is gonna give you more or less 1.5% power purchase. Means that your power of purchase is gonna go $5,000 to $10,000 more. Therefore, if you were even a little bit short before for getting a mortgage, now even this slight change of the interest rate is gonna give you a power purchase that you can afford the house that you missed. And now, what's happening now in Greenville and Winterville, which is part of the Pitt County, here locally, the rate used to be 7% over the summer and made many home buyers actually to pull back and the home sellers needed to adjust. We saw more home price reduction, especially in the 300 to 500,000 range. And now with this rate easing up to mid 6 that we were talking about, the home buyers are starting to step up from the sideline again. And this market feels a little bit steadier and not crazy hot, but definitely alive. This is what we are looking for. If you have been waiting for the right moment, this is your right moment, because the interest rate start going down, and that helps you with the house that you love. Now, what is the next step? The next step is the Federal Reserve next big meeting is on December 17 and 18. And if the economy keep cooling, we might see another small rate cut, that maybe again 1/4% or 25 basis point that we were talking about in the mortgage realm. And if that happens, we could see mortgage rate really drops close to 6% for the conventional, and definitely for the FHA it probably is going to be 5.75 at that point. But if the inflation rise again, those rates could bounce back, which we don't want that happen. So it's about the timing. Stay informed, be ready, move the opportunity when the opportunity knocks. And we are here, me and my wife, and the federal rate cut is not about just the economy, it's about the people. Therefore, it's about families getting a little bit room to breathe and maybe a real shot for owning their own home and the feeling of the home ownership. The difference between not yet and finally ours, that is the difference. And don't forget to contact us, Alan Victoria Pinder. We are here for you 24/7. Give us a call at 252-327-3357. We are always here to provide value and gives you new knowledge and information about the housing market. Don't forget, look at all of our update and playlist here, and don't forget to subscribe in our channel. We'll love to connect with you and see you the next time.